Hello, everybody. My name is Jim Lee, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Well, we've been doing this theme, and it's the theme of the month. It is Mycelial Transmission. But the talk title for today is Mycelial Love. Okay, how much would you say that you love? Most people say that they love a lot, but I know in particular in the spiritual community, we've got some people that can really do a good job of loving. But today we're going to stretch it a little. We're going to incorporate in our theology, I would call it biology with a dash of ecology. And we're calling this mycelial love. And this is based in the symbiotic relationship that is in nature. Albert Frank says, he coined the word symbiosis, and that is to describe the living together of two different species, one is fungi and the other is algae, that become actual partners. So now ecology, it says that nature is an interconnected whole, a system that behaves like I would call it an active love force. So we're going to combine all of this together. So we're going to look at what we call a symbiotic love as it shows up in nature, but also how it shows up in theology for us to live a life different than we had before, but with potent and potential. So now in theology, we're going to call this symbiotic love unconditional love for everything. For human beings, for non-humans, and it just really is forming an intimate relationship, and I would call it connections with life itself, but in fact, all of existence. So, we're going to experience this love, and we're going to experience this love, first of all, in us first, because it begins with us. Before we can go out there, let's begin in here. So, can we love ourselves unconditionally, completely, with no exceptions? Jesus the Christ, in his inaugural address in Matthew, he said to everybody, boys and girls, let me tell you something. You know, we've got the 10 commandments, and they're really good, and he served an outstanding purpose. However, right now, I have one great commandment, and it's love, but it's a triune love. And that is, you're going to love your neighbor, you're going to love God, you're going to love yourself. So today what we're going to talk about is the essence of it, which begins everything. We're going to love ourselves. I think it was Whitney Houston in a song, it was called The Greatest Love of All. She says it's learning to love ourselves. So let's take a look at that today. Because this is an important message. Before we go anywhere, we're saying we're going to love ourselves. Especially when in a day and age when self-worth, and I would call it just self-abuse, is just so rampant. And in fact, we are so at odds with ourselves internally that it shows up externally in our world today. So let's start off by just saying, I love myself, and I feel that. And if there's part of ourselves that we're just saying, you know what, I'm still feeling unworthy, it's okay. Say, I love you to that part that is feeling unworthy or not good enough. So we're going to love all parts of us, even the parts that we may consider our shadows and issues that we don't like, because they're there so that we can share this love. Now allow this love, just love all of you. Love all of you. Let this love embrace all of your imperfections, because love can turn imperfections into perfections. Love can then turn weaknesses and make them actually our strengths. That's how potent love can be. well, I just want to have a special note on this though. However, don't allow yourself to be abused and whatnot. So that kind of love is what I'm talking about, not tolerating any type of abuse. Sometimes you have to love people from afar. And the next thing I want you to know that we're not going to be doing any spiritual bypass, and that is whatever's challenging us, say, oh my goodness, I'm just going to love and not feel that. No, we got to go through it all, because that's where the growth is. And as we do this, it is about honoring whatever we're going through, honoring all the feelings. And as we do this, something magnificent happens. We're saying that that every part of us is actually a cry for love and not detachment, not separation. So, love who you are right now. And don't get caught up into thinking how you should feel as you do this. You just love. That's number one. That's really important. And so now we're ready to, I would call this, unleash this unconditional love for ourselves. Now we're ready to do it for other beings, because humans and everything else needs this potent love. So we're going to give everything and all of our hearts to just love. Love everything. Things that may hurt, things that may break us down. What we were saying is that they're only there to break us open when we let love rule. We can say, you know what? I don't want to be grateful for this condition and situation. I don't want to be grateful for this problem. No problem. Love the fact that you don't want that. Let the love heal that as well. Now that we've transformed ourselves, we're really ready for, I would call, a miraculous way of being, of unleashing this love so we can be all that we can be, and we can be all that we can see. The more we love ourselves, and we don't resist life, when love occurs, it becomes a creative moment. Now, we can meet life with a new position of love, so that what comes here, what is here, can come alive with love. And we're going to call this mycelial love, because it's going to connect everything together and take us to another level. We have a new found peace once we connect with this love. We can, I would say, have a better life as we transmit this love. It impacts everything in our reality. So today, let's look at love, I would call it unleashed, and expand our so-called we. Let's embrace ourselves with compassion and be open, and to be open to the ways that love wishes to create. Sometimes it's a problem and situation that we're facing, and we're to bring it that love. Love everybody, everything. And in Course in Miracles, it says, but see the love of God in you, and you will see it everywhere, because it is everywhere. As humans, we can discover the potential in dynamic connections with ourselves, with others. And as we do, we find that we can build a true community. That love, I'm saying, is exponential, and we can build a world community. And what I'm saying is we can build a world where each person, each member no matter what language they say, but in their heart, they will say, there is room in me for you. So our affirmation that I want to leave us with, I am the robust wholeness of symbiotic love. Thank you so much. God bless you.